Chapter 6, Shifting Currents, Part 3. As the chill of winter settled over the landscape, Mina found herself navigating a new chapter in her life, a turning point that came with the approach of her 13th birthday. The excitement of competitions and the thrill of magical discovery had reached a fever pitch, and with each passing day she felt a growing sense of urgency to reconcile the two sides of her identity. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling training session, Mina returned home, exhausted but exhilarated. The warmth of the fireplace welcomed her, but she could sense an undercurrent of tension in the air. Her father sat at the kitchen table, a look of determination on his face that made her heart race. He had been increasingly attentive lately, especially as rumors of her prowess in both swimming and her unique magical abilities began to circulate. There were whispers about her powers, something rare even in the storied history of Hybris, where only a handful of individuals had demonstrated gifts like hers. "Mina, can we talk?" he asked, his voice steady but gentle. She nodded, sliding into a chair across from him, her stomach churning with apprehension. "I've noticed you've been pushing yourself hard both in the pool and with other things," he began, his gaze piercing but kind. "I want you to know that I'm proud of you. Your achievements are incredible, but I can see there's more going on beneath the surface." Mina's heart thudded in her chest. She had been trying to keep her magical abilities under wraps, fearing that revealing them would change everything. But there was no hiding from her father's intuition. "Dad," she started, but he raised a hand, silencing her. "I'm not here to judge or to push you away," he said, his voice softening. "I want to understand what you're going through. I want to help you." His words washed over her like a soothing balm, and she felt the weight of her secrets lift slightly. She hesitated, gathering her thoughts, but the sincerity in his eyes urged her to speak. "I've been feeling different," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "Sometimes my powers seem to just come out. I'm scared of losing control." Her father leaned closer, his expression a mix of concern and resolve. "Mina, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. What's important is learning to harness that power, not to suppress it. I want to help you navigate this." Tears prickled at the corners of her eyes as the fear she had held onto for so long began to dissipate. "But I don't even know how to control it," she confessed, her voice trembling. "That's okay," he reassured her, placing a comforting hand over hers. "We can find someone who can help. I want to be your agent, your advocate in all this. We'll figure it out together." Mina's heart soared at the thought of having her father by her side. The idea of him supporting her in this new journey filled her with hope, transforming her anxiety into determination. The next few weeks unfolded like a whirlwind. Her father arranged for her to undergo a series of tests with a trusted magical consultant, someone who had experience with young talents like hers. Though the prospect of revealing her abilities to someone outside the family felt daunting, the support from her father made it easier to confront her fears. On the day of the tests, Mina entered the consultation room, her heart pounding with anticipation. The consultant, a middle-aged woman named Alara, greeted her with a warm smile. "Mina, I've heard so much about you," she said, her voice soothing. "Don't worry, we're just going to explore your abilities, okay?" Mina nodded, a mix of excitement and trepidation coursing through her veins. As Alara began the assessment, she felt the familiar pulse of magic swirling around her, and for the first time she allowed herself to embrace it fully. The tests ranged from simple exercises to more complex challenges, each designed to measure her magical affinity and control. Mina reveled in the experience, pushing the boundaries of her powers while keeping her breathing steady. With each successful task, she felt a growing connection to her magic, a realization that it was not just a burden but a part of who she was. She understood that there was no other like her. Her abilities were not only rare, but a reflection of a deep-seated legacy, one that had shaped her existence. As the session drew to a close, Alara turned to her with an encouraging smile. "You have incredible potential, Mina, but we'll need to work on control and precision. Your abilities are strong, and with focus, you can achieve amazing things." Mina's heart raced at the prospect of mastering her powers. She left the consultation room feeling lighter, her father waiting for her with an eager expression. "How did it go?" he asked, his eyes bright with curiosity. "I think it went really well," she exclaimed, a smile spreading across her face. "She said I have potential, but I need to work on my control." "That's fantastic, Mina," he cheered, pulling her into a hug. "We'll get you all the help you need. I'll do everything I can to support you." As the winter months passed, Mina dedicated herself to both her swimming and her magical training. She embraced her father's guidance, practicing diligently to refine her skills. The duality of her life began to merge, each aspect enriching the other as she learned to weave her magic into her athleticism. But with this newfound balance came new challenges. The pressure to perform well in swimming competitions intensified as her reputation grew. Coaches and spectators began to take notice of her emerging talents, leading to a mix of admiration and scrutiny. Despite the excitement, Mina felt the familiar pangs of self-doubt creeping in. Would she be able to meet the expectations placed upon her? Would the public ever truly understand the intricacies of her journey? The thought nagged at her as she prepared for the upcoming swimming season. But with her father's unwavering support and her own determination, Mina resolved to face whatever came her way, ready to navigate the uncharted waters of her life as both a swimmer and a burgeoning magic wielder.